How many of your choices are actually your choices? Today, we're going to talk about breaking free and how to live life on your own terms. Hi, my name is Marcella Crank from Crank It Up Coaching, and today you are listening to Soul Fuel Sanctuary. Yvette.
Hi, Marcella. Yes, Marcella. Hello. This is Yvette Curion of Pivot Point Life Coaching and Trainings. And it's really a very interesting topic today. And I think this topic resonates more and is lived more by people from Asia, like us, the Philippines. So I'm from the Philippines. Marcella is from the US. And I think we are what you call this invisible thread of societal and familial expectations. Yep. So, right off the bat, we are formed by the many traditions that we have been born into. And I think it goes as well for you, right, Marcella?
Yes, there are a lot of expectations, and media especially plays a big role in the United States. But I have an example, a quick example of family expectation. So my belief is you don't need a plan, you don't need a plan B. You have a plan A, work that thing until you figure it's not going to work. Then you get another plan A. There's no plan B, but so many people in the United States, what? You want to do this? You need to have a plan B. Like my nephew wants to be an actor, and his mom was like, "You got to get a plan B." And I'm like, "No, work at it. Be the best you can be. And then if it doesn't work out, pivot to something else." Because if you have a plan B, you're divided, right? You're divided. And if that is your heart and that's what you absolutely want to do, then do it. But so many of us get into career fields. Like I have another friend whose daughter is a chemical engineer. And she's brilliant, but she hated it. And she went through school because her mom said, "You're smart. This is what you should be doing." And how many of us fall into that same trap of appeasing someone else and you're absolutely living a miserable life? Now, I know you were saying the Philippines, oh, is full of that family pressure, societal pressure. So tell us a little bit about that, Yvette.
So, you know what? When we're talking of, you said a while ago, familial expectations. There's so much, and they expect you, like, for example, for me personally, so my daughter, she took up, you said chemical engineering, and she was into chemical engineering. And I think she went into that because it was expected of her by the society, the teachers, the school. I was just like open to anything because I believe, as parents, we always believe you can do anything you want. And so when she went into that, we supported her. And then in the fifth year, and she was saying like, I don't think this is for me on the fifth year. And we're like, what? And so, okay. But you step back, and then it is so hard to decide and to tell her, you just finish, it's just a few months and you're done. But but hearing your child speaking out and saying, I am trapped. It is not for me. It was so hard for me as a mother, but with the support of her siblings and her dad, it's like, okay, what is it that you really want? And it is not easy because you will hear a lot of buzz, a lot of whispers and noise from family. the first people who are supposed to accept and love you, you will hear, why? It's just this and that, and and all these things. But you're not her, and that is her road, that's her journey. And so for me as a mom, it took to be honest, it's not because of me, it's because what will people say? More of that. What will people say? You're just a few months from being an engineer, chemical engineer. But then she says it's not for me. And the struggle was real for me as a mom, not because of me, because I would give anything for my daughter, but it was more for me, what will people say? And that is the societal norms. That is the familial expectations. And so when she shifted and she went to where she wanted to go really, now she is exploring the world. And I could not be happier for her. It's like, oh, wow, I wish I had that frame of thought or mindset that you had, because I was raised in a society that dictates whatever your family says, that is a go. Whatever you say will have to be put on hold if it's not incongruent with the values, with the thoughts, with the traditions. But then you know what? As we said, these are invisible threads and sometimes invisible chains
Mhm.
that bind us to moving forward. Until
Mhm.
I found you guys in the online world. And we thank technology also for expanding our world, expanding our vision, and for me personally, for letting me see things from different perspectives. And it is empowering, I tell you. It has changed my narrative. And
Mhm.
that's our episode about. That's what our episode is about, right, Marcella?
Yes, changing our narrative. I loved your story, and it's so easy for you, for me to fall into what society thinks you should be doing, what your parents think you should be doing. And you made such a good point, Yvette, about you would do anything. But it was like you were thinking, what is everybody else going to say about this? She was a few months away from graduating. And it also reminded me of something that I normally tell young people. I always say that if you are on this path, it doesn't matter how long you are on that path. If it turns out you are on the, like uh uh Kane says, if you find that you're on the wrong mountain and you look up and that's the mountain you're supposed to be on over there, pivot and go to that mountain. Because guess what?
True.
Life is too short. Life is too short. Why be in a situation where you are absolutely miserable because you are following somebody else's dream? And now, for some of you, it may be, well, I have to listen to them because if I don't, they'll take it as I am not respecting them. I'm being disrespectful. But it's not. It has nothing to do with being disrespectful. It's about fulfilling your purpose, not society, not family. It's fulfilling your purpose and the
Mm.
reason why you were placed on the earth.
Yeah.
And I believe that you should never be miserable. You should never be miserable going to work. You should never be miserable for any length of time in your life because you have a choice. I have a choice. We have a choice to follow our dream or what we desire to do. Now, for me, it's funny, my story. Um, well, I didn't really have anybody to like lead and guide and say, this is what the path you're going to take. But when I graduated out of high school, I received several letters asking me to join ROTC. And for those of you who don't know, it's a college program where you learn how to be in the military. And it's a 4 year
Mhm,
schooling. And
mhm.
it's like, there is no way in this world I'm going into the military. No, 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 no. And then my mom passed, and I wasn't doing too well financially and mentally either, and emotionally. But my uncle said, you should go in the military. And although I was like, no, 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 in the beginning, it kind of, I said, you know what? I do need to change. So I'll go in the military and I'll stay 4 years and get out and, do my thing. And I ended up staying in over 23 years. And it was a wonderful
Wow.
experience. So you never know, and while I was in the military, I would always say, well, when it stops being fun, I'll get out. And that's exactly what I did. I had run across somebody who was my supervisor who had a lot of issues and she was making my life miserable. So I was like, well, I guess it's time for me to get out because I'm not, I don't deal with drama very well. So that's what I did. Um, but
Mm.
so my thing is, if you are on the wrong path because of someone else, it's time. It's time to find your path. And, people are going to talk. Like you were saying, you were concerned about what other people are going to say. People are going to talk. Like, so did I tell you? I didn't tell you. So the young lady that I know who
Mm.
was a chemical engineer, she hated it. I did say that, right? She hated it. And so, although she got her degree, she did get her degree, but she's not
Mhm.
working in chemical engineering. She is doing her thing. And she loves music and she's playing the piano and doing the arts. So, yeah. And she's happy. And
Exactly.
so that's what we want to just encourage you to do your
Yeah.
thing.
That's true. And because also of my own experience, so as a mother, all my kids are doing their thing. It's for me, it's go where you will grow. Because
Yes.
yeah, I've been stuck because I had to I had to. So I think at that point in my life where I entered ecology and met you guys and expanded my world and my perspective. So what I learned now is that I unlearned all these things. I unlearned the things that I thought were going to make me go to a good position, a good place in society. But when I unlearned that, I just took out the good things that I could get out of that, of tradition. Tradition is not really bad, but
Mhm.
there are things that you can get out of tradition that can help you live your life in a good way. The principles, timeless principles. You get that from tradition. But the others, like the limiting beliefs from societal norms, those things, ah, done, removed from life. And so when you do that, when you unlearn and you throw out these things, like in Marcella's book, a closet full of different clothes. So when you remove the other clothes that you don't need anymore, you have space for new one. And you know what?
Mm.
It is so liberating. And it is even giving you this, like, mentally giving you a free space to think differently, to think better, and to accept also the perspective of other people without being judgmental. because
Hmm.
you have broken your chain from the tradition that's not helping, from tradition that's limiting your beliefs. And it's really wonderful. So guys, take it from us. You know, think, is this tradition keeping me from moving forward? Then if it's not making you happy, if it's making you miserable, it's really all about um, taking stock, knowing who you are. And if it doesn't resonate with who you are, then unlearn it and move forward because life is short and you only have one life. So, what do you
Yes.
think, Marcella? Again, this is really a very, very interesting, sensitive, and deep topic because tradition is tradition, especially in countries like us in Asia. But people are learning now to say, oh, that was of the past. And as always, from the closet, you keep what will be used and um, throw away or get out all the things that you cannot use anymore.
Very well said. Very well said. So, your homework for today is
Mhm.
what expectation, whether from society, from family, or even yourself, have you been carrying that no longer serves you?
Ooh,
And what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it?
wow.
So that is the question, and we want to hear your comments down below. And it's been a joy as always. Hi, fam, to those who have subscribed. And if this video spoke to your heart, if you got something out of it, and I have to say, my apologies. I'm looking at me instead of the camera, but I'm talking to you. If this video has spoken to your heart, please subscribe, like, and we want to hear from you in the comments. Tell us what you like, and even share with us something that you would like us to talk about.
Mm.
And thank you for all of our subscribers. We appreciate you. I have to give a shout out. My book, The Self Love Workbook for Women, is out on Amazon. The link is below. And we just are so grateful for this journey that we're on together with you, our
Mm.
Soul
True.
Fuels Sanctuary family.
Well, thank you again. It's been a good episode, and I hope you guys, pick some nuggets and can share your thoughts. So subscribe and like Soul's Fuel Sanctuary. So this has been Yvette, and
Marcella, bye for now. See you next
bye.
time.